How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. Merry Christmas. I don't know if this is Christmas Eve or Christmas Day when you're seeing this. Either way, Merry Christmas. I've got my Christmas Yeti sweater on for you guys. But the deck that I have for you today is kind of this Darkhawk deck. It's actually from a video that Glazer at the Snap Judgments podcast is posting on Monday morning, on Christmas morning. So make sure you go check out that channel. I'm sure he's going to have a whole lot of other decks on there too that you guys can try out. But I really liked this one and I really wanted to do a video on it because I've been having a blast with it. I have, while not a whole lot of games, I do have a 71% win rate, and the person who posted the deck, VTuber Equinox, go check out this Twitter, I'll put a link in the description. They have a 72% win rate with it. Again, not a massive sample size, but it's very promising. And I've been having a lot of success with this deck and it's been working out really well for me. Really quick, let's go through the playlines and go through the idea of the deck. It has a Darkhawk package with Korg, Rockslide, Darkhawk, Zabu, just that normal Darkhawk package. Iron Lad is just a good card that's thrown in there, but it also has a Ravonna Havok Professor X package in there. If you get Ravonna out early, it makes Professor X cost 4. It will also make Havok cost 1, which means on turn 5, you get to play Professor X and Havok into the same lane. Havok will become a 2/8 by the end of the game, and then Professor X is already locked down the lane, so it's going to grow quite a bit. Obviously, when you're playing Professor X, you're going to want a little bit of extra reach into there, so you have Miss Marvel to reach into that Professor X lane, and then you just have some reactive cards to try to control what your, sorry, not reactive cards, proactive cards to control kind of what your opponent is doing. You have Echo, generally I like to play that middle lane in case they're playing any type of Miss Marvels. You have Cosmo, depending on what they're playing. I have actually a crazy game that I'm going to throw in here where I was playing a destroy deck and just absolutely destroyed them with Cosmo, Professor X. It was fantastic. So make sure you watch that game. I'm gonna put gameplay after this. Really quick, let's just go through the play lines. Turn 1, Echo or Korg. Generally, I like to play the Korg if I have the choice and then use Echo accordingly throughout the game. If I don't have the Korg, I'll just play Echo in the middle lane. It's just solid, get it out there. Turn 2, you're looking to either Zabu or Ravonna, depending on what you have in your hand. If you have Professor X and say your Rockslide or even a Darkhawk, you want to play Ravonna maybe into the Darkhawk on turn 3 and then Professor X onto that lane to just win it. If you don't have Professor X, you're going to want to play the Zabu so that you can make all your other 4 drops cost 1 less. Turn 3, if you can play one of your 4 drops, if you played Zabu, go ahead and play one of those. Generally, Iron Lad, if you have the choice, you're going to want to hit something big in your deck. You do want to be careful with Iron Lad, though. You don't want to hit your Havok too early on turn 3. So keep an eye on what's left in your deck. Keep a mental note of what's left in your deck. And don't take that risk if you don't have to. Turn 4, you're looking to either play Professor X if you have the Ravonna out. Otherwise, again, just trying to get some cards out there with Darkhawk, maybe get some rocks in your opponent's deck. Depending on what they're playing, you can play Cosmo early, play that Miss Marvel. Because your cards are so cheap, you have to adapt on each turn. It's not like a Shuri deck where it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, this is what you're trying to do. You have a lot of tools to adapt to what your opponent is doing. Turn 5, obviously you have the Havok Professor X line if you go that way. Otherwise, I do like playing Havok on turn 5 with another 3-drop or the 4-drop if you have Zabu out. Havok will become a 2/8, and then you don't mind having 5 power on that last turn. And then turn 6, again, gotta adapt to what your opponent is doing. Very hard to explain. I'm now realizing how to play this deck exactly. So it's just much easier to show you. Gonna put some gameplay, a couple games, 2, 3 games, I'm not sure. At least 2, so make sure you stick around for that. I do deck videos like this all the time. I do bundle breakdowns every week, weekly bundle breakdowns for all the bundles coming out in the week, and then update videos if there's any changes to those bundles. So as usual, if you love all things Marvel Snap, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see you in the next. Echo, just gonna drop her mid as usual. More of just in the deck for prevention against Miss Marvel. Great Web is a little annoying, but we'll go Zabu, I guess left. Ooh. Let's go Zabu left. Maybe it'll pull a Raptor, then at least Miss Marvel can do something at mid. All right, there's a Raptor. Quantum Realm. don't mind the Miss Marvel play there. I do also just like Iron Lad left. We are looking at it hitting Darkhawk, Rock Slide, Shadow King. Fine. If it hits Havok. If it hits Havok, that's a little scary, huh? So maybe we just play Miss Marvel mid. That's also scary because if I lose the Great Web, let's play the Iron Lad. Hopefully it doesn't hit Havok. Hit Shadow King. That's fine. We have Shadow King for the Angela if we need. Plays Hood. Could be playing like an Annihilus deck. I'd like to be able to play the Professor X at some point. Miss Marvel mid isn't so bad. Then we can go Professor X right. And then just attempt to win the left lane. So let's do that. We're kind of giving up Great Web by doing this. But it does set us up okay for a Professor X play. Now, with a bishop there, a little bit less friendly on the Professor X play that side. What we can do though, we can go Professor X left, and then maybe he'll have priority if he plays Great Web. Then we can go Shadow King on top of the bishop, and then try to win with, we go Shadow King like Cosmo, and then we get the +5 from Miss Marvel. We should be okay. Hopefully he gets priority here. That's a lot of cards. Mysterio. Hopefully it's just a Korg, so that's fine. We just win here, right? What if this Mysterio is a 4? Then we're looking at what is Bishop, a 1? Bishop's a 1, right? Yeah, so we have priority, so the bishop will be a 2, so we'll go 6, 7, 8 possible. 8 possible. If we go Rock Slide into Shadow King, that'll give us 10 right, and then we can go Rock on top of that, so that'll give us 12. Pretty good. We're not overlapping here. We get full power. Yeah, I like that. Shadow King, get the Rock. It'll be at what, 10? +1 with the bishop, and then if Mysterio is this way, which it is not. Nice. I really like this deck. This is a lot of fun. All right. Do we Korg or do we Echo? I think we just Korg. I want Telegraph and Echo. We have that turn 1, so maybe we can Echo later. Get a surprise Echo going on. Mirror Dimension. All right, maybe not so much of a surprise Echo. Maybe we're just playing it now. No other turn 2 play, so. Wolverine. We get our Cosmo? Ooh. That's Cosmo. Do we snap? I think we wait and then snap. I think we give it a little bit and then we'll snap on it. Let the turn play out. Generally instant snap after they play something like Wolverine and they're like, oh, they can play armor. This is not quite armor, but it is Cosmo. All right, here we go. That would be a perfect Venom target over here. It's a good amount of power you can soak up. Sabretooth. That would be a perfect Venom target. But you're not gonna play Venom over there anymore. I think we just go Iron Lad. We want to hit our Zabu, Ravonna, Professor X here would be okay. Miss Marvel would be fantastic. Literally hitting anything is fine. Rock Slide is great. Rock Slide's probably the worst one. Professor X would be sick. Oh. Oh no. Victory. Oh, that's funny. Normally I don't put games like this in the video, but that is for sure in this video. Drawing 2 cards. I like it. Zabu next turn. Ravonna's a consideration, but I think Zabu is going to be the move. Depends if we top deck the Professor X. If we get Professor X, maybe we go Ravonna into Darkhawk into Professor X. Otherwise, it'll be Zabu into like Iron Lad. Okay, so Zabu into Iron Lad mid. We have Havok in hand, so we don't need to worry about the Iron Lad target. And playing Thanos, so I assume it's like the blob control Thanos deck. So it would be nice to be able to get Professor X off before turn 5 now. Do we play Iron Lad right? If we hit Rock Slide, it'll go twice. If we hit Korg, it'll go twice. Professor X will steal it. Cosmo will stop his on reveals, which is actually pretty good. So let's go. Maybe Professor X. It's fine. Korg. Now we have a higher chance to hit Professor X. Rock Slide. Again, a high chance to hit Professor X. We don't want Professor X now. Oh, no. Well, actually, I guess we have Miss Marvel to reach over there. So maybe. And then I like, maybe we go Darkhawk Echo. We can go Professor X left. We would like priority on the last turn so we can get this Miss Marvel down. It's possible we don't play. Ooh, tough. It's possible we don't play Professor X next turn and just get the Miss Marvel out before maybe they can Alioth. Psylocke. All right, so we have priority here. Ooh, okay. We do really need the Miss Marvel down. They played Psylocke. They're going to have 6 power this turn. We reveal first. We could go Cosmo into Ravonna. Cosmo into Havok also lets us play Miss Marvel mid. And then if they play Blob left, we can Shadow King it. Is this the play? Is this good? Cosmo mid. Either forces them to either play Blob or Alioth this turn. If we play Alioth this turn, it's just an Olympia. I don't know why I snapped. They have Daredevil. Not a good snap there. But I will let him figure this out. Alioth doesn't hurt us. Blob will win him left. But again, Miss Marvel mid and then Shadow King left on that Blob should win it. Trying to think of what he could play. If he Professor X is middle, and then he can like Shang-Chi left. But if you Professor X is middle and it's our go, I probably just Professor X left, so try to protect the Darkhawk from a Shang. Goes Legion. Into Mind Stone. Alright, so we're fine then, right? We go here. Do we even play the Shadow King or Ravonna? No. We just let Havok do his thing, right? Havok and Miss Marvel do their thing. Yeah. What could this possibly be? Just a Thanos, just going for power. Alright, well, I guess. GG 8 Cuber.